help them through their troubles. So one of the things that I learned through my own trauma treatment, I don't believe in hiding emotional issues. So I have what's called complex PTSD, which means stuff happened for a long time, and so I got wired a little bit differently. So it takes quite a while to rewire that so that I can feel safe, I can think, I can be here in the present, which means I can make better decisions, all those things. One of the things that I learned early on with my handy dandy therapist, who is hung in there and probably deserves some kind of medal, when I was struggling and not present or triggered, in that state, she would ask me questions that she knew I knew the answer to. So I would go bye-bye, and she would say, Linda, what was the name of the last horse you rode? Oh, it was Flash, or whoever it might be. And in that way, I could come back to the present. It's one way of doing that, and start to interact again, start to come out of that lower reacting, oh my gosh, save my life brain, into more of the upper prefrontal cortex, there we go, type place in the brain. And so what I try to do with the horses, which is why I teach them all a lot of the same groundwork, because it's helpful on a lot of levels. I like to be able to isolate a part of their body. And so I teach them to isolate the shoulders around the haunches. It's nice to be able to do, and it's nice to build that understanding of let's follow together in touch, but it then can develop into asking the question of, can you move your shoulders? It becomes so easy, so automatic, that you can kind of bring them back a little bit by asking them a very familiar question. I like to use familiar questions that also serve a purpose. By working on touch, there you go, I'm showing him that when I touch you, I don't like the word yield, because when people dance together, they flow with each other. One person might need to bring the impetus to go that way. This partner isn't necessarily yielding, they're cooperating, and I like to use words matter to me. And so I don't want the horse to yield. Why aren't you yielding? I want the horse to learn that they can cooperate and be safe. Very quick right now. Things are kind of to move the haunches without the shoulders. You do have to do some coordinating, some organizing. And so this is not, I have ounces of pressure. I'm not really, I just want him to, because he's not getting very organized. Keeping the shoulders kind of in place. Forward. They don't want him to feel criticized. It's a delicate balance to use these things well. Still have some reactivity here. I don't know if it's physical or emotional. I'm not going to make judgments. I'm just going to see what he shows me. And this is better through here. It doesn't feel like a bore. He's kind of letting me in. I also sought treatment for traumatic touch. I was not comfortable being touched. So I went to a trauma-informed massage therapist, and that was also another journey to be able to receive touch from myself. And so coming from that place, I want to ask the question, can you receive my touch in a positive way, in a way that you would be okay with and maybe grow to, because I had to grow to the place of saying, I am comfortable enough that now this feels good. Letting go of those muscles feels good. At first it was, someone's touching me. And so I can't exist outside of my own experience. I can take in other people's experiences and apply them as well as I can. But I think the richness of our lives, the richness of our experiences, both good and bad, are kind of the natural stuff that we have to offer the world. Oh yeah, There we go, then you let go of those muscles. So I think that in its back is a combination of emotion and is emotions exhibiting a physical response. So there, this is better, just letting go of this back muscle. There we go. They're poofing a little bit. That's good. There, that's nicer. There, he's not flinching away from that anymore. So there are, many ways to come in and talk to horses and see if we can bring about a change, a little more trust. There we go. A little bit more, what would I call it? A little less apprehension. A little less holding for the next bad thing, or the next uncomfortable thing, or the next things that cause anxiety, or there's a lot of nexts that this horse or another person in my life may have that I don't necessarily understand and does not seem logical to me. That doesn't make it any less real for them.